The Arbites. Had to get that out of the way. Right. The Arbites. New Arbites. The new Arbites. The Arbites are here. I have the sprues. They arrived yesterday. I resisted clipping them all out so I could have a look at them on stream for you. They are incredibly cool. They've got a lot of kind of really little subtle details which I'm really enjoying, and we're going to go through those a little bit and have a look at what is on the sprues. I'm very, very excited for these. They are going to be part of my Inquisitorial Retinue, as I'm sure you're all aware. Any kind of Imperial Agent / Inquisition / any sort of model which may have been involved with the Inquisitor at some point in the history of Warhammer 40,000 lore, I am starting to get very excited about, all the way down to things like Sisters of Battle, the Arbites, nearly said it, the Arbites, the Navy Breachers, the Voidsmen, the Rogue Traders, and everything like that. Anyway, we are looking at these ones today. You get 3 sprues. You get 3 sprues to make 10 operatives. They have an awful lot of different weapons on here, including 10. You can build them just all with the 10 assault shields and repression batons, or I think it's just a repression baton. I think they're just called repression batons. I don't think there's anything else. Anyway, I'm kind of waiting for the rules for these for 40k, so I can use them in 40k. They do have kill team rules. Unfortunately, you'll have to head over to a different channel to try and get all the kill team information about which weapons to pick. However, let's have a look at the sprues themselves. Now, I've got a new thing today. Woohoo! I have my pointy stick, so I can point out cool little things. First off, I wanted to show off the grenade launcher. The grenade launcher is awesome. It's like a pump action grenade launcher. It looks fantastic. It looks exactly the same in terms of the little RBT's Aquila on the side, and then it's got the grenades in here. It's a really, really cool little thing. And then the same with the combat shotguns that they can mount on their thighs, the little pouches that they've got, the holsters. There's just some really, really nice little subtle details all the way around here. Where's the other one? There was one other thing that so we've got this is the Executioner shotgun. I'm not entirely sure how you can have a shotgun sniper rifle, but hey, I'm all aboard. I'm all for that. That's super cool. There's a really nice little variation. There's also a scoped shot pistol as well, which will be really interesting to find out what rules that has. I do need to get into Kill Team, because I think Kill Team has a lot of nuance to it that 40k doesn't, in terms of what weapons are able to do, because you've got the ability to roll lots more dice. And therefore you've got the probability curve and the chance curve can be shifted around when you're doing. This is really fun, actually, this little pointy device. Thank you very much to Saxtus for suggesting this. Yeah, so anyway, let's have another little look around. There is the little doggy that everybody is very excited about. I'm not so much of a fan. I think I might grab I think it's the Orlok one. The one from Necromunda. I think there's an Orlok one, and then there's the Palatine Enforcers as well. I'm going to have to get the Palatine Enforcers kit and see how that fits in with all this as well, because that should be quite an interesting mashup / kit bash / conversion. What is the difference between a kit bash and a conversion? Keep tuned. I might do a video about that sometime soon. Right, now, in terms of heads, the heads on here, you get a load of heads. All with helmets, and you get 2 heads which aren't with helmets. So you get 3 heads, because there's this guy here with a visor, and then there is the BDSM guy, which I'm not really a big fan of. I don't really like the weird leather studded helmet thing, so he probably won't make it into the warband gang Arbite patrol or whatever. However, this guy, and they always do this, Games Workshop always do this, the coolest model, the coolest head on the sprue, there's always ever only one. There's only one of this, and it's really cool. I think what I'm going to do is all my Arbites, bollocks, all my Arbites are going to have helmeted heads. Now, there are... Is it on the second sprue? Is it on the second sprue? It is. They're here, look. So there are some heads which have got the helmet kind of flipped up. So you've got the heads which are open there, and then you have a visor. There it is. You've got a visor here. There's a visor, which gets fitted on in a upwards position. I'm not going to include those either, really. I don't think. I think all of mine are going to have the enclosed helmets in the same vein as Judge Dredd. Like, Judge Dredd never takes his helmet off. Neither of my RBTs. None of my guys are going to take their helmets off either. So I'm going to use all the helmets head, and that also gives me the added little bonus of being able to add this to a maybe some sort of converted Death Cult Assassin, which is going to be awesome fun to play around with. Now, let's have a look at the rest of the weapons. So we've got lots and lots of combat shotguns. I'm pretty sure if I count them, there's going to be more than 10 on here. There looks like there's more than 10 on here. So you get combat shotguns. You also get some combat shotguns down here. I don't know whether that's a grenade launcher, auxiliary grenade launcher. I don't think it is. I think that's just shotgun shells on there. There's the heavy stubber, which is really nice. So that one can be wielded by the RBT's gunner, and the RBT's gunner can also have the heavy stubber. And where's the Weber? Because the Weber is gorgeous. The Weber, there it is. The Weber's really nice. I really like the inverted handle on some of these, and whenever they do that on like larger special weapons, I think it looks amazing. I think the Weber's going to look really, really cool. I'm probably going to drill a slot in the in the barrel of this, so I'll drill 2 holes and then join them together with a knife. So that's going to look really, really cool. So the gunner, I believe, can either have the Weber, the heavy stubber, or the awesome little pump action grenade launcher, which probably isn't pump action, but it just looks like it to me. And then, so you've got combat shotguns, and then you have the repressor mauls, repression baton. So you have plenty of those. So you can equip everybody with a baton and a shield if you want to, the assault shields. And then there is this Nuncio Aquila. I don't know whether that's how you pronounce it. No, Nuncio is it's from the Latin nuntius or nuncius, which means envoy or messenger. So this is basically the big speaker that the leader has, so he can send that. I think he can send that off in Kill Team. I think he can deploy it and send it off so that he can shout at people around the corner. It would be amazing if this sort of stuff ended up dropping into 40k. I think it's just going to end up with like a little aura or something. Like, you'll be able to shout at people further away in 40k. It's a little bit of a shame that some of the cool rules don't translate quite as well as maybe they should have. But yeah, it's really cool. And then you've got some with little searchlights on the helmets, and plenty of handcuffs, plenty of just regular batons rather than the shock batons. Lots and lots of holsters. With Space Marines, I tend to keep them very, very simple when I'm like equipping them. However, with these, I think I'm going to equip them to the nines. I think I'm going to cover them in equipment. I think I'm going to have them like with pistols and handcuffs everywhere and little radio. I'm guessing these go on the back. It looks like there's a little holster that goes on the back. So all the radios. Yeah, I'm just going to cover them. Absolutely cover them with parts. It's going to be really, really cool. Right, that is enough of me waffling about what's on the sprue. Let's get one built and we can have a look. I'm probably going to build... I don't know. I think I should probably build just a regular shotgun. But I want to build a shield guy as well. This is the issue. I need another box because you want to build. Right? Does anybody else do this? Because I've got the option to now build 10 models. Now, because I'm only using them in 40k, I'm only going to have a unit of 10 models. So I want to build I want to build them like 2 shotguns, 2 shields. I want to have the I really want to have the heavy stubber, and I want to have the Weber, because the Weber's really cool with that inverted hold, and I want the Executioner shotgun. Oh, it just ends up, I just want, and then in 40k, which maybe I should just play Kill Team, because in 40k you just end up having a unit of 10 and you can have 1 special weapon, or like hopefully they allow you to have some more in here, but I think I need a second sprue, and I'll equip them all. They are all obviously going to go on my recently acquired Void War bases as well. They're going to be really, really good fun to kind of play around with and get them on there. And then if I can have 20, then I can play Kill Team as well, because you pick and choose your Kill Team, don't you? In Kill Team. How many times can we say Kill Team, and how many times can we say RBTs incorrectly? Right, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to build one. We're going to build a regular one with a shotgun, and I'm going to build one with a baton. So let's go and have a look. These are fantastic. They're really, really cool. So I've built a few. I've built a few. I've built a few more than I said I was going to. The weapons are only tacked on just so that I can kind of swap them off and swap them on depending on, because I don't know what bodies and poses I want on them yet. I mean, this one's a pretty cool pose straight away. He's looking over his back shoulder with his scoped shot pistol. So they build quite well in terms of how they go together, in terms of the fit and everything. Obviously, I've got quite a bit of trimming and tidying up of gates to do. Let me get the pointy stick out. Where is pointy stick? Pointy stick is stuck to. Oh no, it's stuck to my glue brush. No. There we go. Damaged pointy stick. Yeah, I've got some areas around here to clean up all the gate lines. Now, this issue, let's see if I can find a good one. I mean, yeah, they're all the way up here. The mold lines are really bad. They're a lot worse than I was expecting on brand new models. Usually, when new kits come out, I always recommend, if you even remotely think that you're interested in the kit, or you might want the kit in the future, grab them early, because early molds are a very, very good join, so they won't have the two halves of the molds have got a very, very good join, so they won't have any wear or tear. So generally the mold lines are really, really small, but the mold lines on these ones are a lot more chunky than I was expecting. They kind of clean up all right. There are some slightly awkward positions for some of them. The shoulder pad, right down the centre of the shoulder pad, as always. And I don't think there's supposed to be like a hard line. Like there's a hard line on the knee pads, but I don't think there's supposed to be a hard line on the shoulder pads. So that's okay. But there's a mold line right down the middle of the shoulder pads. And obviously all the way down, this is a good example, all the way down the back of the leg down here, across all the creases in the trousers and everything like that. So the mold lines are a little bit of a pain in the ass, but you can get around them. Give them a brush with a knife, and then a damp brush with a little bit of kind of leftover glue. Once you've glued something on, get a little bit of leftover glue, and you can remove a little bit of the mold line around some of the intricate places and intricate bits. However, the kits are awesome. I've used all the helmets. I've got all the helmeted parts on. I will use 3 goggle eye man for something else. I've got an idea to make a death cult assassin out of him. I think he's going to be awesome. But all my RBTs, I caught myself then. All my RBTs are going to have helmets. They're going to be fantastic, and they're all going to have the visors down as well. I mean, look at the combat shotgun. The shotgun executioner sniper rifle. It's badass. It's really cool. I really like it. This guy's obviously just falling off his base a little bit. Let me zoom in a little bit further. There we go. Really nice models. Please leave a comment down below if you want to see a painting video on these, because I am going to get them painted up, and they're probably going to get painted up reasonably quickly. They're not going to be. I'm not going to spend a great amount of time on them, sort of thing. So they're going to be probably. I don't know. I have plans to get a lot of my Inquisitorial stuff painted up rather quickly, and it will be quite grimdark, high contrast. So I'll probably pick all the colours. The idea is that all the colours are going to be very desaturated. I'm going to pick one colour which is going to pop on each kind of unit type. So for these ones, it might be red. It's probably going to be red. The Grey Knights will probably be blue. The Inquisitors will probably be kind of I don't know actually. The Inquisitors will probably be red, maybe a purple. I'm not sure, but yeah, there'll be one colour that just kind of pops a little bit more compared to everything else. But so actually, one of the things that I did want to talk about, the combat shotguns. Just before we do get to that, combat shotguns are really nice. I do really like these. There are plenty of different kind of poses, like just aiming down sights, running with them, low slung. The really nice one with the strap and the shells on the strap and extra. The mauls though, and we can kind of tweak this a little bit. The combat mauls and the, what are they called? Suppression mauls. They are rather interesting pose-wise, like the way that they've got them sitting on the bodies. This one's quite nice. I got them all out. Like that's a bit odd. Like that's just down at his waist but pointing outwards. That one's a little bit peculiar. This one is the opposite hand. This one. That one's okay, but again, it's just like it's quite low down and yeah, there's not a lot. There's one really odd one. There we go. Here's the odd one. Yeah, I can't even. He's breaking his arm trying to use that one. That's really odd. That I do find that one. I don't quite know how that's supposed to fit. So yeah. And then there's another one here as well, which is a similar style. I'm not quite sure if you're going to hit somebody with them. I'm not entirely sure that is like the stretch point before they hit. But yeah, there's plenty of mauls anyway. So there's enough variation and options that you can get one that is going to fit well enough. And if you've got the only way this is going to be an issue really in my head is if you've only want one box but you want them all to have the maul and a shield. In that case, you're going to end up having to use some of the rather oddly posed and oddly angled ones. But if you want to have a unit of 10 across 2 boxes, then you'll be okay, because you'll be able to get to use like duplicates of the really nice Like that's quite a nice kind of menacing pose, and he's just kind of standing there looking badass. And you can obviously there's a lot of variation and character you can get just by changing the head. Like that automatically has just changed the. There we go. Just changed the angles and the character of the model just by moving that head around. So he's now looking over this shoulder as opposed to being a little bit more attacking, and he's looking and defending behind his shield. So there's some really nice different poses and angles you can get. And then just to finish off, I'm not a fan. He's all right. If I get a second box, I'm going to try and see what happens because a lot of this is you can kind of get under this. I should have left this. The front plate here. This front plate all fits and it glues on itself. So I should have left that off, because what you can, I think, what I might be able to do is cut the whole neck off and replace the head. He's quite cool, but if I get a second one, I'll definitely try and kind of tweak it. I will either grab the Palatine Enforcer's dog. I think I'll probably definitely get the Orlok dog, because the Orlok dog just looks cool anyway. He's like sprinting and looking badass. Yeah, he's very regal, and he looks very much like a police dog. He's standing there with some authority at least, so he is very cool. Right, yes, please leave a comment down below if you want me to record a painting video on these. Then I will do. I don't mind doing that at all. I'm going to work on a lot of them at once, so I will do a test model, make sure I get the colour scheme right, and then I will record painting the rest of them. And also, what is, after you've left that comment, or include in that comment, what is actually your favourite weapon? Like, is it the Weber? Is it the heavy? Is it the heavy stubber? Is it the Executioner sniper shotgun? I really want it. I want to kind of dig into the lore of this and find out what the reason for it is, and B, how it works. Maybe it's just a shotgun that fires a really tight spread over a long distance. I don't know. It's curious. And then I do like that scoped pistol. You only get one of these in the kit as well, so you only get one scoped pistol in the kit. I think this is probably going to be the pose. It almost looks like a bodybuilder, doesn't he? He's pushing his pecs out in that pose. But yeah, really cool kit. I cannot wait to get these all assembled. And obviously they are all currently sitting on the boarding actions, boarding patrol, void bases. There is a new video out on these as well, which I've just recorded and put up. So you can go and have a look at that as well. Right, thank you very much, everybody. We will finish there with Mr. Shield standing there looking like a badass. The Arbites are here, and they are going to be part of my Inquisitorial Retinue very soon. Watch out for that video where I go through everything, because I now have all the models and more for a boarding party, Inquisitorial Retinue boarding party, and also Warhammer Community very kindly sent out and uploaded new rules for all the Inquisitor stuff as well, so we can officially properly use them in game, which is great. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Make sure you drop me a like and subscribe. That would be amazing. Share this with your friends if you're working on any boarding party stuff, or if you know your friends like the Arbites, the new Arbites kits. And I'm going to be on Twitch pretty much Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then most Saturdays at the moment. So you can find me on Twitch at Chris Frossin, and the same on Twitter and Instagram. And you can find a link down below for my Patreon as well, where you'll be able to get some of my videos early. Any support, massively appreciated. Thank you very much indeed, everybody, and I will see you all later. I'm going to prime all of these. I'm going to get the posers determined. Like pick what bodies are going to like suit which weapons. Get them all primed, and I'm going to get started. Thank you very much. Take care, everybody. I'll see you next time.